land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. Think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, you never knew. Have you ever heard the one cry to the blue moon?
To come to the market. Congratulations to the media. You have done incredible work.
In 10 years, it will show you what it does.
The Senate observed that PPP has consistently engaged in underhanding.
Position, you don't hey, we'll get people for Africa.
When your brother is producing something, are you patronizing your brother?
Listen to Planet 101.1 FM News at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. with our news in special English at 2:30 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Planet Radio 101.1 FM, evolving around you.
The time is 12 o'clock. In the news at noon, federal government says discos need 2 trillion naira capital investment to improve power supply in Nigeria. U.S. firm donates unmanned ships to Nigeria. 13 constituents to benefit from Prince Ukpong Akpabio II Education Support Initiative in Essien Udim as lawmaker kicks off free JAMB training registration for eligible constituents. On a foreign scene, UN forecast 2.4% global growth slowdown in 2024. And in sport, Olympic sprinter Oscar Pistorius released on parole 11 years after killing Reeva Steenkamp. Details coming up shortly. Good afternoon and welcome to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Yo, I am Francis Oyima, edit. We begin the news this afternoon with a report that the presidency has assured that President Bola Tinubu listens to Nigerians and fills their polls. Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the president always acknowledges the problems Nigerians are going through. Onanuga said the president's position to ameliorate the hardship of Nigerians was responsible for the 50% transportation fare rebate during the Yuletide season. Posting on X, he said Tinubu would do anything to ensure Nigerians do not suffer. On electricity, the federal government says electricity distribution companies in Nigeria will need an estimated 2 trillion naira, or about $2.5 billion in capital to improve power supply to Nigerians. An advisor to President Bola Tinubu on Energy, Olu Vahajan, disclosed this during a recent interview. The government also stated that new investors need to revive the industry that can barely supply power to nearly 200 million people. According to him, the companies are over-leveraged and undercapitalized, which has limited their capacity to invest in distributing electricity to households. Recall that President Bola Tinubu, in his New Year broadcast, had pledged to improve the electricity supply in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has expressed readiness to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's electricity turnaround agenda for Nigeria this New Year and beyond. In another development, Swiftships, a military manufacturing company based in the United States of America, has donated 2 high-tech unmanned water vessels to the Nigerian government. Reports say that the equipment is S2 and S3 Swiftsea Stalkers. The company donated during a recent visit by the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale. According to a statement today by the ministry's Director of Press, Henshaw Ogubike, The minister had gone to the USA to inspect the facilities of high-tech military-producing hardware companies in the country. Presenting the unmanned vessels to President Bola Tinubu, the minister noted that the equipment would help to protect the maritime environment of the country as well as other areas. He stated that the equipment would be deployed to the Niger Delta, Lake Chad region and other maritime regions of the country. From the oil sector, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL, has revealed that test runs at the 60,000 barrels per day Port Harcourt refinery PHRC will be completed this month. This was made known by the NNPC spokesperson Femi Sonoye while ensuring the refinery's efficient operation. Sonoye added that the test run was a major step towards resuming operations 5 years after the plan was short. Recall that the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Senator Heineken Lopobiri, has stated that the first phase of the PHRC was completed on November 20, 2023, adding that refined productions will commence after the Yuletide. According to reports, it is expected that once functional, alongside the Dangote refinery, which is expected to start oil refining this year, the facility would ease the pressure on the country's foreign exchange. In education, the National Association of Nigerian Students President for Benin Republic, Ugochukwu Favor, has called for the arrest of the reporter Omar Audu, who went undercover to expose corruption in the issuance of certificates in the country. Speaking in an interview, Favor slammed the reporter for having his passport stamped and obtaining certificates without being physically present. Favor claimed the reporter was implicating the government and questioning the credibility of agencies like the Immigration and National Youth Service Corps by going undercover. When asked if the reporter's efforts expose loopholes that should be addressed, the announced president said he is not doubting, but urged the government to look into it and take the necessary step as far as possible. And back here, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moina has tasked youths in Akwa Ibom Northeast Senatorial District to exhibit enterprise and hard work as precondition for government support, as he reaffirmed his administration's commitment to support productive ventures. This followed a vote of confidence on the governor by stakeholders in a senatorial district under the urges of the Akwa Ibom Northeast Consultative Forum, aka ECF, during their New Year get-together held at the forum's temporary secretariat in the Ward Housing Estate. Speaking at the event, the state governor expressed gratitude to the political stakeholders under the urges of the Akwa Ibom Northeast Consultative Forum for purchasing his nomination form of the March 18 gubernatorial election and working hard to ensure his victory at the polls, as he reaffirmed his resolve to work towards delivering on the mandate that trusted him with to continuously make them proud.
Mary Fermeri come yo come Freford Litoy Kame, Litoy Teme Kuyo Senatorial District. Ke Eri Bere Yami, Vege Bereke after my unveiling. Femeri Oboke Ama Fran, when you be wonderful, Egediana ye, Governor Dom Gabriel Emmanuel, a political leader. Woman I'm gonna always watch come, and there couldn't have been a better time than at this on Ferendik in here, Ufaiswami. So I very Ketongo, and when you make a free, so me come to Fetiti. Men promise came for us. Now I said, I in the phone kene, Eda Minion, Yaika so inam no, Uyodo proud, Kefre Frida.
In his admonition, the governor urged the youths of the area to draw lessons from the tenets of his administration's blueprint and the New Year theme, Arise and Shine, and therefore rise to take up some productive ventures, no matter how little, rather than staying idle, clarifying that his administration will only have justification to support hard work and entrepreneurship to enhance productivity and not idleness. Drawing inference from himself and the volunteer teachers at a wet community primary school, the governor posited that favor will always meet people at the place of work or productivity, an affirmation of God's promise to bless the works of their hands, stressing that it was inglorious to stay idle and expect to be funded with the proceeds of other people's hard work. hence unacceptable to him.
Iri ayake for it here Ukpong. You need to be so in an auto. You so take risk. You even a goose of fian Ukpong. Ibri yayan trova. So give it to Ukpong. Then I hear point. What is wrong, Mamuno? That's why team both blueprint had to arise. Who they tear? Who would let you shine? Umauda Kurake shine. Ya yem tung poinam. Keva say ya in onion fun. Nung yem say nam keva say ya ru segitiero.
Governor expresses admiration for the integrity and resolute commitment of the firm to the cause they believed in and their demonstration of capacity in mobilizing the grassroots towards the success of the course, and announced the donation of a plot of land for the AKN-ECF Permanent Secretariat. Earlier in his remarks, the political leader of Uyo Senatorial District and chairman of the forum, Senator Essien Udim, had thanked the governor for his expression of gratitude towards his kinsmen and said the Akpabio Northeast people were pleased with Governor Eno's leadership disposition and will continue to give him utmost support. Away from the 13 students of Essien Udim origin, one from each ward, are to benefit from a fully funded scholarship scheme under the Prince Ukpong Akpabio II Education Support Initiative. A statement from the lawmaker's office indicates that the scholarship is for Essien Udim students desirous to study for a national diploma in electrical electronics engineering, computer engineering technology, computer science, accountancy and statistics, at Lone Polytechnic in Ikono local government area of Akpabio State. The move is in furtherance of Prince Akpabio's desire and determination to empower Essien Udim youths through education and vocational training, in line with the Arise agenda of the Governor Pastor Umoino through the Ukpong Akpabio Leadership Development and Entrepreneurship Program. According to the release, the scholarship comes with a free entrepreneurship training in shoe and bag making, computer repairs and maintenance, desktop publishing, graphic design, computer networking, solar installation and maintenance, applications design, CBT training, paint production, CCTV installation and repairs, fashion design, computer programming, website design, beauty therapy, barbing, hairdressing, phone repairs, makeup and gala, photography and video editing, welding and fabrication, digital marketing, AutoCAD design, data processing and information technology, and car tracking. According to the statement, interested candidates who must be indigents of a Essien Udim local government area are requested to pick up the scholarship form from their respective member of the Essien Udim Transition Committee in their wards or at the constituency office. The release further stated that deadline for submission of all application forms in January 2024, adding that a raffle draw is expected to be held on a date to be announced soon, where the 13 lucky winners will emerge. The Prince Ukpong Akpabio, the Second Education Support Initiative, is in addition to about 15 students of Essien Udim origin currently benefiting from similar scholarship program, courtesy of the lawmaker, in various tertiary institutions across the country. In a related development, and as a means to prepare his constituents for the pathway of tertiary education, Prince Akpabio is also sponsoring a free JAMB preparations and training and registration for eligible Essien Udim sons and daughters. The statement says the essence is to ensure that prospective JAMB candidates from the local government are conversant with the rudiments of modern-day computer-based test and examination, which is today a precondition for any student preparing for JAMB. He therefore called on prospective students and candidates to avail themselves of the mentioned opportunities to enhance their effective and efficient preparation to their academic journey. You're listening to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. We will take a breather now and then bring you more stories from our foreign sports and entertainment scenes. Please stay with us.
Healthy living begins with the choices one makes. Choosing to live healthy is the first step to healthy living. Join us Sundays 1:30 to 2 p.m. for Healthway, awareness for healthy choices.
Many thanks for staying with us. We move straight to the foreign scene where UN's World Economic Situation and Prospects WESP report for 2024 projects slow down in global growth from an estimated 2.7% in 2023 to 2.4% in 2024. The flagship forecast launched in New York indicates that 2023 is stronger than expected GDP growth coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic marks short-term risks and structural vulnerabilities in the world economy. Reports say that the somber short-term outlook is based on persistent high interest rates for the escalation of conflicts, sluggish international trade, and increasing climate disasters, which all pose significant challenges to global growth. According to the report, global inflation is projected to the 5.7% in 2023 to 3.9% in 2024. It noted that price pressures are still elevated in many countries, and any further escalation of geopolitical conflict will add to that. In sports, Paralympian Oscar Pistorius has been freed on parole from a South African jail nearly 11 years after murdering his girlfriend Reeva Steenkamp. Officials confirmed Pistorius was at home today, having served half of his more than 13-year sentence. Steenkamp's mother said she accepted the decision to release the former athlete, but added her family was the one serving a life sentence. Recall that Pistorius, now 37, shot Steenkamp multiple times in 2013 through a door. A double amputee later claimed he had mistaken her for a burglar. Pistorius was eventually convicted of murder in 2015 after an appeal court overturned an earlier verdict of culpable homicide. Under South African law, all offenders are entitled to be considered for parole once they have served half their total sentence, which for Pistorius was finally set in 2017 at 13 years and 5 months. Reports say that he will live under strict conditions, including being unable to speak to the media until his sentence expires in 2029. On our entertainment news, Nigerian actress Funke Akindele's new movie, A Tribe Called Judah, has become the first Nollywood film to surpass 1 billion naira at the box office. Reports say that A Tribe Called Judah earned 1 billion naira in 3 weeks after it was released. Filmhouse Group CEO Kene Okwasa, who announced the historical feat in a statement, noted that the world is witnessing a golden era for Nigerian cinema. It's been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM, but before we go, we'll take a recap of the major stories. In our news at noon, we started off by informing you that the federal government says electricity distribution companies in Nigeria will need an estimated 2 trillion naira, or about $2.5 billion in capital, to improve power supply to Nigerians. We also told you that Swift Ship, a military manufacturing company based in the United States of America, has donated 2 high-tech unmanned water vessels to the Nigerian government. And back here, we reported that 13 students of Essien Udim origin, one from each ward, are to benefit from a fully funded scholarship scheme under the Prince Ukpong Akpabio, a second education support initiative, and the picking date for the nomination form is slated for 20th of January, or the last day for the submission of the form, 20th of January 2024. On the foreign scene, we told you that the UN's World Economic Situation and Prospect WSP report for 2024 projects slowdown is global growth from an estimated 2.7% in 2023 to 2.4% in 2024. And in sports, we reported that Paralympian Oscar Pistorius has been freed on parole from a South African jail nearly 11 years after murdering his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp. For comments and coverage of your newsworthy events, please call the newsroom on 0812-770-2940. Visit our website on planet101fm.ng and follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at planet_101fm. 101 FM. Also like our Facebook page at Planet 101 FM Uyo. The news was edited by Isaiah Udo and Jen Uwa. As we end the news, remember that the new year is a canvas of fresh beginnings. May it be a journey filled with positivity and endless possibilities. We wish you peace, happiness, and good fortune.
This is Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo. Our listeners are our most valuable assets, the bedrock of our business, the reason for our existence all these years. Thank you for your patronage and listenership. For inquiries, please call us on 0809